is breathing me and resting in the breath of God. I know that all is well. The grace of God is grace in me and resting in the grace of God. I know that all is well. Praise God is praising me and resting in the praise of God. I know that all is well. The joy of God is joy in me and resting in the joy of God. I know that all is well. The love of God is love in me and resting in the love of God. I know that all is well. The breath of God is breathing me and resting in the breath of God. I know that all is well. The breath of God is breathing me and resting in the breath of God. I know that all is well. I know that all is well. I know that all is well. I know that all is well.
Good morning. I'm happy to see you all here, and thank you for being here. I'm Cheryl Archer. I use she, her pronouns, and I'd like to thank our fabulous musicians, Kev Choice on the piano and Lukeman Frank on vocals. And let's give some love to our wonderful sound engineer, Jasper McSilver. Welcome to the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, where we teach spiritual principles and practices that nourish us, uplift us, and celebrate our oneness with all of life. A special welcome to those of you who are joining us for the very first time. We're so glad you're here in the sanctuary with us. Please raise your hand, and someone will bring you a welcome packet. We have no new people today, okay. Also, a big welcome to everyone who is joining us on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. Make sure you sign up for our weekly newsletter so you can learn about all the fun things we have to offer here at the Oakland Center. We respectfully acknowledge that here in the Bay Area, we gather on the traditional land of the indigenous Ohlone people. We honor with gratitude the land itself and the people who have stewarded these lands for countless generations. Now let's take a moment to bless our children wherever they are. We bless all the children in our community and in the world. We love you. We see you. We are truth of who you are. You are unique expressions of God, and we're grateful to have you in our lives, and so it is. Wednesday, October the 11th, guest speaker Maud Wilson continues the discussion on getting comfortable with discomfort. Meditation is at 6:30, and service is at 7 via Zoom. To nominate your favorite nonprofit for our 2024 Nonprofit Partner Program, it's easy. Just download the application from the nonprofit page on our website under About Us, or pick one up at the check-in desk. Applications are due Monday, October the 18th. On Friday, November 17th at 7, we'll host a fundraiser concert featuring artists that we all know and love. Kev Choice, Destiny Mohammed, Omega Ray, Lukeman Frank, Kate Lamont, and an awesome house band. This is an opportunity to hear more of the repertoire from these spectacular performers that we haven't yet heard. Tickets will be on sale mid-October. You don't want to miss it. Sell your wares and market your business for holiday gifts at OCSL. Holiday Craft Fair is on Sunday, December the 3rd, after service. To reserve a table, pick up the yellow application from the check-in table or go to the events page on the OCSL website to sign up. If you know of anyone who might be a good fit for our administrative coordinator position, please contact Reverend Sunshine at revsunshine@oaklandcsl.org. The Alameda Pride Festival is Saturday, October the 14th at Churcheño Park in Alameda from 12 to 5. Volunteers are needed. Please join in the fun and contact Sam Ladian at oaklandcsf.org. Oh, typo, sorry. I just read what's here, sorry. The bookstore will reopen next Sunday, October the 15th, for those holiday goodies that you've been planning to get. Please visit the website at oaklandcsl.org for more details about activities happening here at the center. Sign up for our weekly newsletter, The Village News, by clicking the I'm New button. And remember to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook for special updates and content that you'll only find by liking and subscribing to the Oakland Center. And now let's read our mission and vision statement. Please stand if you're able to do so. The vision of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living is to joyfully reveal the love and oneness of God. We are a welcoming and inclusive spiritual community dedicated to individual transformation and collective growth. Our purpose is to love, inspire, and serve our community and the world through education, music, prayer, and play.
Good morning. My name is Regina Buckwalter, and I will be pulpit assistant today with you. So that means I get to pray with you. What a delight. Thank you. Such a delight to be here. So I have two readings. The one is from M. Scott Peck. Our finest moments can occur when we are feeling uncomfortable or unhappy. For it is in such moments that we are likely to step out of our ruts and find different ways or truer answers. The next reading is by Barack Obama. Fear, uncertainty, and discomfort are our compasses towards growth. If you run, you stand a chance of losing, but if you don't run, you've already lost. So let's just take a couple minutes here and drop in and connect even more deeply with the truth of who we are. As when we drop in, we feel love, we feel spirit, we feel breath, and we breathe into that which is present. As what is present is the presence of God that moves through us always, always, always. We breathe in, we feel, we connect with our bodies, we feel our feet on the ground, and we feel and know that God is the goodness that moves through me always. Always. God is a support. God is goodness. God is nourishment. God is calm. God is peace. And we drop into that center, and no matter what is going on, we know, without a doubt, we are comforted by that presence of love that moves through us. As whatever discomfort we are feeling is love emerging. We are opening and feeling and welcoming the presence of God moving through. God is the presence, the infinite power that is our substance. God is the essence. God is the truth of who we are, and we tap in and we feel and we know we are living at oneness with the divine. And I know this is true for me. I am one with presence. We are all one with presence. We drop in, we feel, and we say yes, and we celebrate knowing that we are the power and presence of God, no matter what is going on. Love is always emerging. And I bless the service. I bless Reverend Sunshine Michelle as she is our guide today. deepening into knowing the presence that resides within us and emerging it in brand new ways with brand new insights and brand new depth in the presence of love that is always with us. I bless this service. I bless everybody that has assembled here today, the incredible musicians that are on board for us today, as they always, always evoke such deep love with their music. I bless everybody that has come together to support this amazing service as we are surrounded by love with the support of so many people. I bless everybody that has assembled as we all are here opening our hearts to the love of God that is always emerging, always, always emerging. And I give great thanks knowing these truths. I give great thanks feeling and knowing and believing without a doubt that love is always emerging. And that is indeed a time of celebration to drop in and feel love. And I just release my word into the incredible law, the infinite field of infinite possibilities, the expression of love and light and harmony and peace. No matter what is going on, that law is always surrounding us and supporting us. We just drop in and say yes to it, and it shows up for us. And I release, and I let go, and I let God. And so it is. Amen.
Hand in hand, have I lived to see the milk and honey land, where hates and dream and love forever stands? Or is this a vision in our mind? Laws never passed, but somehow I'm feeling truly free at last. Have we really gone this far through space and time? Or is this a vision in our mind? I'm not one who make believes. I know that leaves are green. They only change to brown when autumn comes around. I know just what I say. Today is not yesterday, and all things have an ending. But what I'd like to know is, could a place like this exist so beautiful? Or do we have to take our wings and fly away? To the visions in our mind. I'm not one make-believes. I know that leaves are green. They only change to brown when autumn comes around. I know just what I say. Today is not yesterday, but all things have an ending. But what I like to know is, could a place like this exist so beautiful? Or do we have to take our wings and fly away to visions in our mind? Visions in our mind.
I'm waiting for my sound until I can hear it. That is Luke Frank. There we go. There we go. And Kev Choice. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday to all of you. I'm so delighted to be here with you. I'm Reverend Dr. Sunshine Michelle Coleman. I use she, her pronouns. And I am the proud spiritual director, I love saying that, of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. I'm introducing myself to you for the first time today. Hello, good morning. And I'd like to welcome you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, live streamers, good to see you. And I choose to recognize that tomorrow is Indigenous Peoples Day. You can give some love. Don't be shy. It's a good thing because we didn't always acknowledge that. We also know that it's acknowledged as a holiday for Columbus Day. And I am delighted that we are now acknowledging publicly the indigenous people and the struggles that they've had with colonization. And so we honor that. Another announcements. I am excited to announce, we put an email blast out there, but for those of you who don't quite read email or haven't yet, we are hosting here at the Oakland Center on October 21st, on a Saturday, which is just coming up in 2 weeks, Marianne Williamson, here at 7 p.m. Yeah, it's a good thing. We had a lovely opportunity presented to us that we were able to take advantage of, so we look forward to bring her here. And certainly she is a well-known New Thought and spiritual leader. She's a political activist, and she's a best-selling author. We quote her all the time. And while this is not a public political endorsement of her campaign, we want to honor someone that is out in the world who thinks like we do and want to make it a world that works for everyone. So yay us. You'll be hearing more about it. And lastly, the other announcement that didn't get in in the announcements, but it will next week, is November 5th, which is a Sunday after service, we have our open forum. And we do that several times a year to tell you what's going on in the community. Whether you're a member, whether you're a regular, whether you're a first-timer, you're welcome. We're going to do it after service here. We're going to have food afterwards because we know you like to eat, and you'll stay if you eat. And so please come. I want you to come. Will you come? Yes. Okay, I heard a lot of you say yes. If all of you are not in here, I know who you are, okay? This is great. So I love call and response, and this is the part of our service where I will share with you several affirmations. They're my own. If you so choose, you can recite them after me, but not just recite. I want you to name and claim it for yourself because we're speaking the truth out loud. You willing? Yes. Yes? Here we go. I seek to expand and grow in my life and affairs.
I seek to expand and grow in my life and affairs.
Okay, this one I'm going to do in parts. I bless the process. As I stretch into my greater and higher self. Let's do that again. I bless the process as I stretch into my greater and higher self. Let's see.
I bless the process as I stretch into my greater and higher self.
Beautiful. Here's another one. I'm going to give it to you in parts. We're talking about paradox this month, so that's why I'm using some of these. The paradox of life, leads me to see new and different ways to grow. Beautiful, beautiful. And so let's take a community breath so that we can sink into that space of community consciousness and that space of awareness where we can lean in. So let your breath go right where you are. Just exhale. Take a nice deep inhalation and hold it when you get to the top and let it out with a sigh. Twice more, breathing in deep, hold it, let it out with a sigh. And now a bigger breath, breathing it in, hold it a little longer, a bigger sigh. And simply let that breath flow in and out of your bodies as we go into the message. This year, we're talking about living out loud. And haven't we had a great time with that? I don't know if y'all have, but I sure have. This is our Centers for Spiritual Living global theme, and the visioning team that I have sat on had visioned this, and it has been really a juicy theme for the year. The theme for the month is playing with paradox. And I had so much fun with it last week, and as y'all exited, it sounded like you did too. So we're having fun with Paradox, and Constance Chapman led us on Wednesday night in Midweek Oasis, and we had a great time talking more about it. Today, we're talking about getting comfortable with discomfort. Getting comfortable with discomfort. And Spirit's working with me, you know, laying out this format. So now I usually start with a quote. And so I said, okay, I'll start with this quote. Thich Nhat Hanh, Vietnamese monk who's passed recently onto the other side, said, "Our practice is based on the insight of non-duality. Both our negative feelings and positive feelings are organic and belong to the same reality. So there is no need to fight. We only need to embrace and take care." I thought that was really good. You know, in ministerial school, they used to tell us, and probably other places too, y'all may have heard this, if your vision isn't big enough and if your vision doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. Why did somebody say that? Why do we want to be scared? Well, you know, my son is a thrill seeker, roller coaster rider, and he keeps going on these trips as an adult now, finding other amusement parks to go on so that he can go on these thrill-seeking rides. You know, we like thrill, and we like to seek that. So why wouldn't we think of a vision that's so big that it would scare us? If we're too comfortable, we get sedentary. So sometimes we need to like shake it up a little bit. And I encourage us today to love and bless the space of discomfort. Love and bless it, because if we dwell on the appearances of it for too long, we send ourselves in a spiral. You know, have you heard that saying, what you focus on magnifies? What you resist persists. So if you're resisting something, you're running from something, it may magnify in your life, and what is that? And then you wonder why you're not getting what you thought you should get through your spiritual mind treatments and your prayers and your meditations. This is where we have to check ourselves. Check ourselves. This is the lean in, I'm calling it my lean in principle. It's the tell me more, to lean in with curiosity and wonderment when something has seemingly gone awry. And you say, how'd that happen? Why'd that happen? I don't deserve this. And we can go on and on and on. And if we allow ourselves to pause, now or later, because sometimes we can't do that right now. We're so immersed in the emotion of it, we just have to be in the emotion of it. And that's good. We're human though. And then later, if we allow ourselves to reflect on, let our arrogance down, yes, our ego and our arrogance, because we didn't know or we weren't in control or whatever the thing was, let that go, and then take a look at, what might that have for me? Why is this coming up? What does it have to offer me? How can I learn from this? That's where some of the best juice is in living life. You know, in thinking about this topic, actually it was on Wednesday night when Constance was leading us through an exercise and we went into this breakout room. And my topic today started downloading. I was like, wait, Spirit, let me just get off of the call and then I'll capture it. It was really downloading. You have to take it when it comes, right? But I remembered an affirmation, you know, affirmations pop out of me just like that. And I remembered an affirmation years ago that came right back to me in that moment. And here it is. You ready for it? Yeah. Embrace the funk. There are times, I'm telling you, when that will really come in handy. You can use whatever word at the end that you want to if you want to replace funk with something else. But you get my point. Because if we embrace it and we love it, when we lean into that, then that's when we can move through it. When we push it away, it's going to creep back in somewhere and tap you on the shoulder. Another thing that came up for me, because I was thinking about grace and then I was thinking about grit. And it was like, really? Okay, so there's grace in the grit. How can we claim the grace in the middle of the grit and the stuff that's ugly and we think is just, why me? Instead, say, why not me? And then I thought about, let's think about this a little more as we drill down. That womb space. You know, I thought about an unborn baby. Must be pretty uncomfortable in that space as it grows, right? Because it's getting tighter and tighter as the baby develops. But it's comfortable because it's nice and warm and that's what it knows. But it becomes uncomfortable. I'm making this up, but I suspect the baby is having this dialogue with itself around its instinct knowing that at some point it's going to have to leave this space, and that makes it very uncomfortable. And there's this conflict going on because it doesn't want to leave. I don't want to. And somehow it's going to have to reconcile with getting comfortable with discomfort. Because it knows that it's not time yet, or else I would have been out. So let me enjoy it while I'm here, but boy, is it uncomfortable. Then I thought about, on the flip side of that coin, you know, the mother must have really been uncomfortable, right? Earlier than the child was. Because mothers, and I am one, so I can speak from experience, mothers go through, their bodies change as they are creating this space for a new life. And so we have to gain comfort with that sense of discomfort because what? We know on the other side of that is going to be a jewel and a gem. It's the same thing in life. It's the same thing. You might have something that you're working through and that you're uncomfortable with, but you have to gain comfort with it some kind of way. Let's take another example. When you go to the dentist, which is a good thing to do, and you may have to have some work done. And you happen to know, I'm speaking from experience because I experienced this a little bit, I don't like the sound of the drills in my ear. It just is awful. So, but I know that I have to have drills sometimes in order to get this process done, right? I have to gain some level of comfort with that discomfort in order to get to the other side. What can I do about it? Then the question might change. Not why am I uncomfortable, is how do I get through the discomfort? You can wear earphones and listen to music. That does help me deal with the drill in my ear. You following?
Yes.
There's several statements in my notes that I really like, that just download it. So I'm going to say a couple things through the talk and repeat them because I want you to hear it, because it sounded juicy when I said it. Here's one. To push through discomfort requires gaining some level of being comfortable through this patch of discomfort. I just said that in another way. It is necessary and required. That's what I believe. To push through discomfort requires gaining some level of being comfortable through this patch of discomfort. I said through this patch because it might go away, right? You might move through it, and we hope so. It's necessary and required. So what are we going to do to support that? You know what, Carmen? I thought about boot camp. I thought about boot camps. I've taken many with Coach Carmen, I call her back there, and with a few others where, that's why we get a trainer, isn't it? So that they can push us. We're not going to push us to get where we want to go sometimes, so we have to hire somebody, see your practitioner. We have to hire somebody. Even the cobbler needs to go get their shoes fixed in order to help you navigate spaces that you're too close to. What does that have to do with boot camp? That's what I did. That's why I went. No, I didn't like getting up really early, and no, I didn't like the stronger that I got or the more I went through the camp, that the harder it got. I was sore, I was hurting. And sometimes, no, not one more squat, no. No, I'm not going up those stairs one more time, no. Well, it's kind of hard to push back on somebody who you've hired to be a coach if they're doing their job right, because they're going to push you. And do you know what? I got there. That was amazing that I got there. How? Because I persevered. And I believe we need to take this comfort and discomfort paradox one moment at a time, one breath at a time. For me, in my doctorate, you better believe there were some moments where I felt like I was crawling. And I was working full time, are you kidding? I would read a paragraph and say, what did that say? And then I'd keep reading the page and realize I didn't understand a thing or I was zoning out. How am I going to get through this, I would say? One paragraph at a time. One sentence, if you need to write one sentence instead of the whole book. Whatever it is, do it one piece at a time and you'll get there. That's how you do it. Morgan Freeman, y'all know who that is? Says this: fatigue, discomfort, discouragement are merely symptoms of effort. When we're efforting, when we're acting, when we're moving towards something, we might get tired. We might get upset. We might get frustrated. We may have to pause. We may have to go call for some support. We may have to go eat a meal. We may have to go take a nap. That's part of my self-care now. If I realize that I'm tired and I need to push through it, I have stuff going on, you know what? I'll get up and go take a nap. That's honoring myself, because now I can be clear. Whatever comes to you, that is what you may need to do. If you're a strict meditator, where some do, I do different types of meditation, but some people have meditation time where you sit on the cushion and you don't move. Like literally. And don't you know that an itch is your nose is gonna itch and it's gonna worry you to death. Because you can't move, right? How do you get through that? You breathe, you focus, you pray, whatever you need to do. That's the point. That takes you further in. I have my favorite spa that's up north has the cedar enzyme baths. And they're hot cedar chips. It's like sawdust, and you're kind of buried in the thing, right? The only thing that's out is your face. That thing gets so hot sometimes. You can take an extremity out and cool off. But it's mind over matter for me. Because when it gets too hot and I find that, oh my goodness, I can't take this, just like those stairs, just like those squats, I go deeper. When I can go deeper and focus in, you know what? By that time, the attendant is coming in with a cool sip of water and a towel for my forehead. That means I've done it. I've stuck through it. How do you develop endurance? This is the point. Dig within and find that space of possibility. Here's another one of those chunky pieces that I wrote. pushing through the discomfort to the infinite state of spaciousness and moving through the discomfort, this is how we stretch, we grow, we expand, like we affirmed up front at the beginning. This is how we gain wisdom through the lesson that's being imparted. I love you. I'm hearing some voices up here. I love that. Thank you. It's all about choice, though. You know what I say? You can be as miserable as you want for as long as you want. You don't have to be on a pathway to excel. We just happen to want to. I have to believe that y'all want to grow and excel because you're in here knowing that I'm going to say something that might provoke you. How brave you are. We want to do this stuff. So we have to find ways to make it comfortable for us to be uncomfortable. It's all kind of relative, you know, or we can be superficial, and we know when we're being superficial. We're not fooling anybody but ourselves, even if you think you are. Here's another part. Metaphysically, as truth seekers, perhaps the opportunity is to generally get comfortable with uncomfortable situations. Listen now, as we know that that's where the juice is. Juice is coming up a lot, so I must be in this juicy space. Where the growth is, where the stretching is, where the expanding is, so the divine can help us through the leaps and bounds. What I'm saying is perhaps we need to just ongoingly be uncomfortable and find comfort in that, because that's where we're going to grow. As humans, I believe we're here to discover who we really are on a divine level. That's my theory. And we go through experiences that help reveal that. Sometimes they bring discomfort. If we do some of the things that I'm exploring with you today, that helps us to learn the lessons so that we can remember next time we get in a situation what we did last time, and that we made it, that we endured, that we were able to breathe through it, that some of the tools that we were able to use. We may find new tools that are going to help us make it to the other side, climbing that mountain until we get to the next mountain. And we keep scaling them, should we want to. But you can take a rest. You can breathe and take a rest if you need to. We may have to learn to appreciate, I'm saying it in different ways, appreciate the experience that the lack and the limitation, or you can put fear or illness or anything else in there, has to offer us in order to appreciate and love it into the realization of abundance. Did you hear what I just said? Sometimes we have to appreciate what the lack and the limitation, what the illness, what the situation, the joblessness, whatever it is, learn to appreciate what it has to offer us in order to better appreciate the abundance of God that we're looking to. That's deep. How do you appreciate being in a tough space? Sometimes it's not that easy. It's important, though. That's why I'm saying it. And this one, my friends, is highlighted in yellow. I must have really wanted you to hear this part. In other words, I'm saying it yet another way. Perhaps we have to bless and appreciate the discomfort that then takes us into the wholeness and truth. We have to see that, like in the moment. If we're having a situation that we don't like, we have to catch ourselves where we are with it and help ourselves appreciate that moment somehow. We have to watch our language. Are we languaging in a way that is supporting the discomfort? Are we causing ourselves to be more uncomfortable because of what we're saying and what we're doing, that's on a subconscious level? I was hoping I would remember this, and thank you, Spirit, that I am. So I'm going to tell on myself again. You know I always do. I was driving here not long ago, on my way here. And I really appreciate a clean car. My ex-husband taught me that well. It's like you always go in a clean car. So, I like to be kind of cute and snazzy, so cute and snazzy goes with a clean car, not with a dirty one. I happen to have a dirty car right now. I've been really busy and I haven't been able to go wash my car. And I wasn't hearing what I was saying to myself, even though I knew I was saying it. It's like, I was degrading myself because my car is dirty. So I got in my car. I only live 10 minutes away. I'm driving, saying, life is good. Thank you, Lord. It's a good day. Thank you for taking me where I need to go safely. Everything is good, but I'm in this dirty car. Thank goodness Spirit helped my ears to hear what I just said out loud to myself. Because I snatched that baby back and I said, do you see what you're saying? Do you hear that? No. I am grateful that I have a car to drive, let alone a nice car to drive that just happens to need washing. And oh, by the way, I own the car, I have the title to the car, and some people don't have cars at all, let alone a car like I have. You see how I flipped that? We have to catch ourselves. People, I've been saying that to myself for the last 2 weeks with intensity. So, Spirit, I neutralized it all. We have to do that. We have to do that, or else we're not the practicing metaphysicians that we need to be. And guess what? It doesn't matter how long I didn't say it before then, because that leads to guilt, blame, shame. I always put those three together. If we're going to harbor on ourselves, in Wednesday night service, when we did the breakout, the partner that I had we were to tell each other about what it was about paradox that supported us or didn't support us, and they were sharing with me about the sense of disorganization that they were, experiencing or whatever, and we flipped that and talked about, rather than focusing so much on the disorganization, of loving yourself right where you are. If you don't, and if you don't forgive yourself, by the way, too, if you don't, you will go nowhere. Like in that moment, if she didn't pause and stop, as I'm thinking about it, she would have kept spiraling down, and do you think she would have gotten anything done to create order? No, because she would have been so upset with herself that she wouldn't have done that. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. Growing pains. These are growing pains, and they're uncomfortable. It made me think about my son, when he was in kids, especially young men, when they're in puberty and their limbs are growing, it's painful. There's a word for it. Did you know it's called Osgood scat? How do you say it? Y'all know? Osgood slaughter disease. Right? When your limbs are growing or what have you. This is what we're experiencing metaphysically. That's what I'm talking about. We're experiencing growing pains. Dis-ease. Yes, it is dis-ease. It's growing pains that we need to get through. What? The kids can't stop that growth experience, but maybe they can take some Tylenol or go soak in a bath or something. Maybe that's what we need to do. The pearl comes as a result of grit and challenge in the oyster. Right? What if the pearl, I like playing with things, in my mind. What if the pearl didn't know that it came from conflict? And it thought, I'm just beautiful. I'm beautiful. That would be okay, right? It's a matter, it could be that it knew the process of birthing that it went through, but all it knew really is that I'm beautiful. That's what we can know, is we can get to the beauty on the other side. This is the jumping off the cliff of faith that I talk about. I love that. It's you jump off the cliff of faith knowing that you're going to land or you're going to fly or you're going to do something. Here's the thing. You can take your fear with you. Nobody said you had to fully resolve all your fear before you jump off the cliff of faith. Take it with you and do what you need to do to fly and be graceful with it. Beautiful. So, you know, the holidays are coming up. And y'all might have to go to some dinners or some brunches or something with that family member that you know is going to be there that you don't exactly get along with or something like that. How are you going to handle that? That's getting comfortable with discomfort. You can choose not to go, or you can have a strategy of some sort to deal with whomever it is that you're dealing with. That just kind of came to my mind to give you as an example. Because just like I was talking about with my car, there are some people that don't have family, that don't get to, not family they like, let alone family that they don't like. It's all about perspective. So check your thinking so that you can springboard into a good way. So as I bring this to close, here's what I want to say. Another one of these sweet ones, I think. Creating spaciousness and elasticity is to move about and breathe, to recover and not get locked into a corner is a good tool in getting comfortable with the sense of discomfort that can often come in situations of growth and expansion. So find ways to create spaciousness so that you can grow and learn. And I'll close with what Ernest Holmes said in one of his writings. No matter what our emotional storm or what our objective situation may be, there is always something hidden in the inner being that has never been violated. We may stumble, but always there is the eternal voice forever whispering within our ear. That thing which causes the eternal quest, that thing which forever sings and sings. If we focus on that, we'll find a way to gain comfort with discomfort. I promise. And now let us take this to prayer. As Christopher Brown brings up the prayer box, and the practitioners surround the congregation for prayer, including those of you online. And those of you who are seated, I ask and invite you to open your hearts wide for the truth to be revealed. Oh, what a joy and a pleasure it is to know beyond any shadow of any doubt that God is. However we know it, whether it's through the baby's cry, or whether it's through the beautiful art that can be created that seems to come from nothing into something. It's the miracle working power of God through the waterfalls and the rapids, or through that still creek. It is the dirt where the creepy crawlers have a feast. It is the highs and the lows and the in-betweens. It is all the spaces and places and dimensions and realities of the divine oneness, the multiplicity of that oneness is the divine truth, for it exists in so many facets and ways, and yet it is all in that suite of perfection that is God. God's grace is our sufficiency. And so we acknowledge this day, this divine truth, and we give thanks for it. And we pray this blessing on behalf of our nonprofit partner this month, Muttville, who cares for senior and elder dogs and loves them up and makes sure they're placed and adopted where love is. Praise God for that. Giving thanks for our world and everything in it. Blessing especially those places where there may be the appearance of conflict or war, illness or homelessness, joblessness, whatever those situations are. What we can know in collective consciousness is that God is unlimited source and supply, that God is health and wholeness and peace, that God is the still waters and the calm, that is easing any sense of war and conflict. We can know that God's miracle working power is instantaneous right where it is needed. We can know that it is happening now for everyone, everywhere. Not only on this plane, but on others. We bless you, ancestors. We bless you, angels and greater beings. We bless those who are sick and shut in and feel alone. We bless all people everywhere and all animals, all plant life, all life itself. The animate and the inanimate comes from this same creative force. We bless it all and know that there is healing and transformation for a positive good, for a world that works for everyone happening right now. Praise God. And I give thanks on behalf of the folks that we are praying for in the ministry of prayer. I bless each and every one for whatever it is that they are praying and in need for, that it is revealed, it is provided right as they need it. I know this for Beth Van Arkel and Doug Myers and Joe, for Dave Bartholomew, for Shirley Williams, for Margot Tabbitt, for Rhodia, Larry's sister, for Quayle Gibson, and for Mia and Jackie, and for all those places where I put and say that prayers are lifted. I know these prayers are spreading like just wildflowers all over to heal and to lift. Blessing the transition that I heard about just this morning for our young person, Gusti, who used to go here. She is an alumni of our youth and family ministry who had a death in her family. And just lifting her up, lifting the situation up, knowing the divine truth for all of her family during this sacred time. And so now is the time that I invite you all of your voices in the sound of my voice, including those of you who are watching this recording even later, and those live streamers too. It's the time for you to say your name aloud, and for anyone for whom you are praying that is on your prayer list or what you want to call out in this vortex of healing, I invite you to say it now. In this fertile space of love and truth and trust and faith and joy and healing is happening as these names are called out, knowing that the vibration is radiating out, that those whose names are being uttered can feel the power and the vibration of spirit through the power of this word that we utter together, holding it all, knowing the truth for it all, giving thanks for it all. I release this word in gratitude. Oh, I am so grateful to know that I know and know that I know that the divine knower knows through me that this is done. It is already fully complete. This word cannot, shall not, will not return to me void, for it must be fulfilled, multiplied, pressed over, and oozing with the greatness of God, right here and right now. I claim it as so. And I invite you to claim it as so with me by completing this prayer, by saying it out loud for yourself, whether it's, and so it is. Amen. Praise God. Ashe. Aho. Yes, it is. Thank you. And we let it be. Thank you, practitioners. Thank you, Christopher. I appreciate you all.
Good morning, beloveds. My name is Reverend Aikya Param, and I'm a staff minister here, and I'm delighted to see each and every one of you. You are Spirit's expression of abundance right here in this room. And as we've all been in this room and we've seen so many beautiful pictures of the earth that have gone by, we are reminded what a beautiful place we live in. What a beautiful place is our home. And all things that we need have been provided by God, the Creator. Everything that we need. What a blessing. And right here and right now, we've been inspired by a wonderful talk, by magnificent music. As we come together each week, whether here in the sanctuary or on live stream, or later on in the week we check in, to get our spirits filled, to be filled with strength, we are indeed blessed. And now is the time when we get to say thank you in a special way. We say thank you in a lot of different ways. But right now, we have the moment in our service where we can donate and give something back. And if you are home, or if you think of this during the week and you want to do it again, go to our website, which I hope they'll show you a picture of in a moment, and click on that donate button. It opens up pictures and words that tell you lots of different ways you can donate. Of course, you give, cash, check, credit card, debit card, all those different ways, but you can text an amount, you can give by Zelle, you can do so many different things, so check it out next time you have that generosity feeling. All right? And right here and right now, here in the sanctuary, we have big baskets that have already been set up for you, and you can bring your offering up front. There may be an envelope in the seat pocket in front of you. If you would like to give cash, we want to know who we should say thank you to. So you can write your name, your address, and so forth on the outside, and then you can put your cash, check, or whatever, the check is already identified, in the basket. And I'm inviting you to get ready right now. Feel that generous feeling. Get ready to say thank you, Oakland Center, for being a light in my life. And now we're going to have some music, some giving music, to enable you to walk up with your own special rhythm. Yay!
You can also give by clapping your hands. Hey. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Remember when we first found love, how it felt so good. Kind that lasts forevermore, and you know it would. Suddenly the things you see got you hurting so bad, so bad. How come the things that make us happy make us sad? Well, it seems to me that joy and pain are like sunshine and rain. Joy and pain are like sunshine and rain. Ooh. Love can be bitter. Love can be sweet. Sometimes devotion and sometimes defeat. The ones that you care for give you so much pain. Oh, but it's alright. They're both one and the same. Listen, don't it seem we go through life going up and down? Seems the things that turn you on turn you around. Always hurting each other. If it ain't one thing, it's another. When the world looks down on you, love somewhere around. And I want you to know that joy and pain are like sunshine and rain. Joy and pain are like sunshine. Ooh. Over and over, you can be sure there will be sorrow, but you will endure. Well, there's a flower, there's a sun and the rain. Oh, but it's wonderful. They're both one in the same. Yeah, it seems to me
I want to appreciate everybody that has come here today to make this service incredible. And of course, ta-da, two of my favorites. Wow, wow. You guys always show up when I'm here. I just feel so blessed. Thank you, thank you. And also, of course, Reverend Sunshine Michelle and her wonderful message about living with discomfort. All of the practitioners that have come here to support the day, our tech staff are incredible. And everybody that has come to attend and to just be part of this community, their live stream, to extend our message out into the world, the beautiful message of love and living with discomfort, because that is love. Discomfort is love. If you're visiting us for the first time and didn't get a chance to stand up and acknowledge that, and you want a packet, there is a packet on the check-in table, so you can pick that up for yourself if you would like to do that. And as practitioners, we absolutely love to pray, and we will be back at the back of the sanctuary in the prayer room praying for you. And there are a lot of practitioners that showed up today, so we are here for you if you would like a prayer. We also have a prayer ministry who will pray for you. You can put your prayer request in the box in the back before you leave. The prayer ministry will pray for you through that means. There's also practitioners online. You can check our online resource for practitioners. There's also cards in the community center for practitioners. There are practitioners that do this as private coaching sessions, so you can just get their card and pick that up if you want more prayer. There are many, many ways of getting prayer around here, because we believe in the power of prayer, and prayer does work. So please, take care of yourself with prayer. So now we can stand and say our affirmation. I stretch, grow, and expand by allowing myself to be more comfortable with discomfort. Yes. Okay. Oh, ta-da. Cell phone.
Have a blessed week. Thank you so much.